first thing we have to do is establish where it's at. In order to do that, we tap around the surrounding areas until we hear the hollow spot that the void is created. I like to take a pencil and outline the void so you know what size you're dealing with. Then we take a little Hardall film number 10, or PVA as some people like to call it, and we're going to coat the surrounding area, making sure that we're a couple inches away from where we think we might get the gel coat. And what this is going to do, it's going to create a barrier between our deck and any gel coat excess that we might have get on the surface, so it doesn't stick at a later time. And we need to allow that to dry before we go to any other step in our process. We're going to get everything prepared. We have a flavor injector that we're going to use to inject gray gel coat in this case. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a drill bit that's one size smaller than the tip of this injector. So in this case we're using a 7/64 drill bit, or a little bit smaller than 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to go right inside the perimeter of our void that we've already outlined, right in between the two waves, and we're just going to drill through the top layer and this is where it's going to allow us to inject gel coat into this void. And this one actually has a raised section on it, so what we're going to do different on this one is we're going to put a piece of plywood down and we're going to actually weight it before we inject the gel coat underneath into the cavity. So what I've done is I've measured the distance between my two holes here, and I've transferred that to a piece of plywood. So now I'm going to set this piece of plywood right on top of my void where I can still see my two holes. Then I'm going to take some lead weights or a battery or something like that, and I'm going to weight this area so it stays flat and it's not raised anymore. And what you're going to see is I'm going to inject in one hole with my catalyzed gel coat, and it's going to come out the other hole. You're going to use as much weight as necessary to make sure that the floor is flat again. There comes my gel coat out of the other hole. So we are filled, and we're going to put a little bit more weight on it to guarantee that that's flat. Allow it to set up, and then we will remove the material, remove the weights in the wood. Alright, after allowing the gray gel coat to set up, we're going to come into these excess piles, and we're going to slide in between the waves and knock it loose. And what you can see that's left is a very, very small area that we'll have to sand down and work out. And if the PVA is in the right spot, then it's very easy to come up. Then you can take the green PVA excess off with water. Shave the little high spots down. And we'll actually do a little bit of touch up on these little repair sections, little high spots. Fill any low spots that we have. Next, I like to go around the repaired spots, and I like to Scotch-Brite that area. Degloss it just a little bit. A little bit of acetone. Wipe over the repaired sections we're going to touch up. Touch match up the little holes that we injected.